Blues of Orlando taking on the Sentinels of Toronto. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Toronto. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. When you look at this defense, this unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's Hurts to throw. That is caught.
And some space here. It's a big play there on third down. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Sentinels will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Broken tackle for Kellen.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll begin on the ground here with Evans.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean. Now a 2nd and 10. Levis looking to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Levis now off of play action. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Levis. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of him had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
1st and 10, it's Levis. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and it's 2nd down. When you look at this defense, against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
12 yards there and a 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe...
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
He may go back to the home and have a little discussion with his passer. You know, maybe you don't have to leave me quite that much. But on that play, he bailed him out in a big way, didn't he?
He did indeed. Hey, at least he gets a put. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Sentinels are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Orlando with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Play action now. Levis going up top for Kupp. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like...
And touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Sentinels are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Fans of old-school football, they got to be loving this partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old-school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring by pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
Point after, right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Tackled on the play by Miles Murphy. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Levis sets up to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Levis to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he works free. Still fighting for more. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 143 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts going to keep it running right. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A give right side for Gibbs. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another run for Gibbs here. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Sentinels are able to add on to their first-half lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Levis to throw off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Third and 19. Back to throw, it's Levis. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. Here's Levis. That is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, as time expires in the first half. And the Sentinels will extend their lead here just before halftime. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes this 35-0 now. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The first half, no contest. What will the second half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Motion left, Cup. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. He's got room past the 30. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
1st and 10. Here's Levis. And he can't escape, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Levis on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Levis throwing for it on 4th. Going up top for Cup. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 215 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Sentinels have taken a 6-touchdown lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it is 42-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Let's go now.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Akers. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Akers is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 3-yard line.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Blues are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you...
Touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs with career touchdown number 70. And the Sentinels extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Second and 10. Levis back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. That is his 951st NFL reception. So 49 away from 1,000, but 951. That ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Meanwhile, Levis' throw here hauled in by Cup. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Off the play fake, Levis. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense, very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
That one 28 yards on the ground. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
No gain on the play there. Second down. On the give, here's Gibbs. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And some room to run now. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't want...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Levis now on 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Levis. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Cooper Kupp. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They'll pitch it out to Gibbs here. Down the left sideline. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell
Levis in trouble, down he goes. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second down, here's Levis. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. down the left sideline.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Levis now off of play action.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and